team together. All that's left is to wonder if they had enough. Suzanne Yochlin told us before the meet, this meet wouldn't be over for them until Katie Heenan competed on beam. And what a performance by this freshman so far. Suzanne Yochlin said that Katie Heenan epitomizes this team the way she has just continued to grow and improve with every meet. She leads the all-around competition after 3 events. She tied a career high with her bar routine. And all that's left is that balance beam. We just spoke a moment ago about April Burkholder, so much being on the line, the team title, the all-around title. Well, how about putting all that on the shoulders of a freshman?
The coaching staff and Suzanne have very high regards for this athlete, and it tells it all by putting a freshman up, last up on beam when a conference title's on the line. Front tuck solid. I've watched Katie throughout this competition. She has been in the zone, so intense. Handspring layout, trying to block out the floor music in the background. The cheers from the crowds. Taking one skill at a time on this event. Never can you get ahead of yourself. Not a single bobble in this routine, just the dismount left with a stuck landing. This may be the score that Georgia needs. Double twist, there it is.
And listen to this crowd go wild, a lot of Georgia fans here. Could this freshman have come in and done it for the Gym Dogs? Boy, look at the reaction, Lori.
Who would have thought after a mid-season slump, 4 losses in a row, that Georgia could come back so strong and finish on the toughest event, balance beam. A huge score coming up here for Katie.
And there is that score. Wow, a 9.95 for Katie Heenan. That is a career high. Make that 2 career highs in a row for the Gym Dogs to finish out this rotation. It may not quite be official yet, but reality sinking in both for Georgia, and you see the face there of LSU gymnast Kelly Phelan. And look at the faces of the Georgia Gym Dogs. A lot of celebration going on. They know they've put up a big score, 197.25. Natalie is with Georgia coach Suzanne Yochlin.
Thanks, Jen. Coach Suzanne Yochlin, last 2 competitors, both got career highs. You've been leading from the beginning. Do you have what it takes going to this bye?
I mean, I don't think anybody can beat us unless they get a 10. I thought the meet was over after that beam performance. I mean, we were just so focused and so on every event.
Congratulations, Suzanne, on a great performance.
It's a great one. Thank you.
Now back to you, Jen.
All right, Natalie, let's take one more look at Katie Heenan's dismount at the end of a spectacular beam routine that appears to have won it for Georgia. We'll have the final rotation next. The crowd here at the arena at Gwinnett Center still sizzling after a tremendous performance by Georgia in rotation number 6. But we've still got 1 rotation to go. And in this rotation, we'll have Florida on vault, Alabama on bars, Kentucky on beam, and Arkansas on floor. And really what this boils down to is a battle for the bronze, and it is a very important and tight competition between Florida and Alabama.
And Alabama heads into this rotation trailing Florida. They need an outstanding performance here on bars. And remember, Florida's on vault, an event that Rhonda says is one of their best. They can get some high scores there. Shannon Hrozek doing a nice job. Nice extension through her giant work into her dismount. Nice and high. Almost a step on the landing. She steps back, takes the salute right away, covers up that deduction.
Shannon receives a 9.85. This Alabama team still has a lot of fight left in them. They are unable to catch Georgia at this point, or LSU, but the important thing for the Crimson Tide is to try to get that 3rd spot, and that's the same spot Katie Rue and the Florida Gators are going for. As you mentioned, Florida on a very strong event, vault.
Katie Yurchenko, layout full, a little bit of a bent elbow problem on the vaulting table. She had to pike down a little bit on the landing. This vault is scored out of the 10, one of the most popular vaults we've seen all competition here. You see the bent elbows on the vaulting table. That decreases her elevation, the height that she really needs to get to complete a full rotation and a full twist.
Katie with a 9.675. Disappointing start there for Florida. They would like to have some higher scores to try to stay in front of Alabama.
Big release element from low to high here for Ashley. And her second major release element there. It's called a Hindorf. Great control into her shoot over. Ashley made a mistake on beam, but has come back so strong with the highest score on floor and vault, and now a huge score probably on this event bars.
Ashley is such a competitor, and as you mentioned, Lori, big scores, a 9.95 on floor, a 9.925 on vault. What will she get here? We'll have to see.
Amazing height in this Hindorf, and wonderful control as she takes that big swing into the shoot over to the low bar.
And it's a career high, 9.95 for Ashley Miles.
One judge actually gave her a 10, the first 10 we've seen tonight.
Ashley is such an incredible athlete, and the Crimson Tide have more still to come, including Olympian Terin Humphrey. It's the final rotation of the SEC Gymnastics Championship here at the arena at Gwinnett Center. Jen Hildreth, Lori Strong-Ballard, Natalie Taylor alongside. What a competition it has been, and it is still going on. The battle for third brewing between Florida and Alabama. Georgia and LSU secured the 1 and 2 spots in the last rotation.
Yurchenko layout full for Ashley Reed. Florida is forced to count a 9.675 so far on this event. We'll throw out a 9.55. So the scores are a little bit lower than they are potentially able to get on this event, and certainly what they had hoped for here. One rotation in the layout position with a full twist. It's scored out of a 10. A few deductions in her form and a slight hop on the landing.
Alabama coach Sarah Patterson watching her team. She's seen some great performances so far, but there's got to be a little feeling inside them, maybe a little too late. They're out of that 1 and 2 spots, which is where Alabama always wants to be in contention for. But an athlete who has done an outstanding job for the Crimson Tide tonight is freshman Terin Humphrey. She did have that little step on her beam dismount. Bit of a lower score there, but she is competing in the all-around. She came back strong on floor, tying a career high in just her third floor competition of the season. And then on vaults, back in rotation number 5, Terin had a 9.825. So really a fairly strong competition for Terin. Take away that step at the end of beam. And here we have her competing on the event in which she won an individual silver medal at this past summer's Olympics.
Just amazing on this event. Look at the execution in every one of her skills, combining several very difficult skills back to back. Remember, Alabama was a favorite coming into this competition, and a few uncharacteristic mistakes in the first 2 rotations put them way back. Now they are fighting to stay on the podium. Oh, gorgeous routine for Terin. Another huge score coming up, I'm sure, for Alabama.
Terin Humphrey is the anchor for the Crimson Tide in this event. She is their final competitor in this SEC championship meet.
Alabama's already well on their way to a season high on this event, and this score will only boost that final score. Beautiful half-turn extension into that release element, which is called the Horkina.
A very strong performance by Terin Humphrey.